Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. When an MSP or a cabinet minister in Scotland at the Scottish Parliament makes an incorrect statement, usually they're just outright lying, of course, but sometimes it's just a genuine error. They've said something, they've misspoke, they've misread something they'd written or whatever. That happens, and you forgive them if it's a genuine mistake, so long as within 20 days they correct the record. Now, correcting the record means literally just correcting it in the records. You don't have to go to the Parliament and stand up and say, on the 4th of the month, I made an incorrect statement. I gave this figure, it should have been that figure. I apologise, my data was flawed, or I misread, or I misspoke. No, you don't do that. You just have to go in the middle of the night, about 2 a.m., get a bit of Tipex, and then write in the correct word, right? That's basically what you do, because they don't want to embarrass themselves. This was a law brought in and changed actually by the SNP themselves, but there's none so good at changing the record as Swinney, because over the last sort of year year and a bit that he's been in charge, he's had to change the record. He's had to change it for quite a lot of things, really. And the trouble is, he keeps getting caught at it. You wonder why, because nobody ever believes that he's ever telling the truth. They double check and they fact check every single thing that he does. The fact checkers, the Tory fact checkers, for example, they're on double time, aren't they? They're always there. He's becoming infamous for lying. Misspeaking. Rising levels of crime. Oh, he lied about that. Child poverty, he lied about that. Prisoner release, he lied about that. Well, all these are fine and pleasant, but he's been caught again. This time over bed blockers, over what they call delayed discharge. People who are well enough to leave hospital but can't because there's no care package in place. And he said Scotland is reducing that by significant figures, 200 or something out of the 2,000 that there are. And then he had to go back and go, Tipex, and change it to 105. So he was only nearly 100% out, only 95% out. So, hey, you're getting better, John. Why does he keep doing this? I'll tell you why. It's because if he says it, it sounds great. Look at us, we're brilliant. Even though he knows it's wrong. And so long as he goes back and corrects it within the 3 weeks, there's no punishment. And so he does. He slips in there at 2 o'clock in the morning and just corrects it. Boom, boom. The only trouble is, people now actually record John Swinney, and then they go back 4 weeks later to see what the record says. They've got recordings of what he says, and then they go back to show what the record reflects. And they're picking it up all the time, so many times, whenever he gives a number now. And so basically the sport now among the sort of the hacks up there is they listen to John, and whenever John Swinney gives a number, they're on it. You know, they're all over it. And they check it out. And they know within minutes that he's lying. All the time. Why lie about something that's easily found out about? Because the SNP have to lie about anything. They get out the habit of telling the truth in case they accidentally tell the truth. That's how bad they are for lying. Thanks very much. Bye.